Good morning.
Hey guys.
It amazes me how we be down at the bottom and then you don't touch a button and everybody pops back up. That's amazement. But I feel a little queasy this morning. I saw the iguanas and I'm making a grocery list, not a big grocery list, like 7 or 8 items. That's it. And the kids told me they wanted peanut butter and jelly. So naturally, I thought about it. I could smell it. I could see it. And if you see me run, it's because I'm going to throw up from the peanut butter and jelly thought in my head and my smell, my nose. Ugh. So, anyway, that's my life. I want to welcome everybody in. And for anybody that has a significant other, I have been
netting.
No, I've been threading.
Threading?
Thread.
Threading.
Oh. Jeremy threatened me that because I use that I use a ceiling fan, oscillating fan, and air conditioner.
About last night, you asked about it, Eddie. So here it is. The iguanas are gone, baby.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was a joke. I thought you were on. Let's see, and this is what happened. He said he was going to burn my oscillating fan.
Why?
Because he hates it. He hates it. And I need it as a woman. I need it.
He doesn't understand that. He ain't a woman.
I need it.
About last night, I got so cold that I got up, went to the closet, and got an extra blanket and covered up with it.
Okay.
Then I felt the covers being yanked from on top of me. And she said, go put that blanket up. Just looking at it makes me hot. and I'm like this, you know, you're not hot. You got this oscillating fan that is like in our face at all times. Okay. And I got cold. I needed a thermal layer, just one. That's all I was asking for, because the other blanket we were just laying on, and not wanting to disturb the whole process. Oh, man, I need to go get mine. I go just like that. So
they don't want to hear that.
Okay, so with the next burn job, I told her that I was going to go to Circle K, get some gasoline, and set it on fire. Yeah, so good luck working that fan afterwards. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Go Live Together, your cruise and travel discussion. And we want to welcome everybody into the show, especially the replay. Hashtag Team Replay has really been coming through. We appreciate you guys. We really do. And we don't want to do the about last night thing. But maybe, perhaps, I don't know. But Eddie asked, and there's your answer. I needed a thermal layer.
Oh my God.
And so, welcome in everybody who has joined us on the live stream, especially yo, Brooklyn in the house. Eddie Lugo Studios was first up in the chat. Good morning. Next up in the chat, good morning, traveling with Tinkerbell. And she says, good morning, everyone. It is a sunny day in Florida. Finally, sun in Florida. Imagine that.
It's supposed to be.
Yes. Only 25 more days till cruise day. Have a fantastic day today. Mm-hmm. And thank you for that donation of ferries. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures, good morning.
Allied reinforcements have arrived from the north.
And they said, good morning, everyone, on this beautiful Tuesday morning where it is 35 degrees Fahrenheit with a high of 54 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny.
It is currently 47 degrees Fahrenheit where I'm living, and it's going to be completely sunny today.
Mm.
A 1% chance of precipitation
Nice.
with a high of 66 degrees.
Oh, I like that.
Not
So
bad.
from 18 degrees to 66 degrees, welcome to Pennsylvania in the almost springtime.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that here in Texas too.
Yeah,
They
it
say
could be anything.
if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. It will change. Scott Smith, good morning, driving and listening.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning, Mr. Smith.
Kathy Mills, good morning.
Morning, Kathy
Good
Mills.
morning.
Cruising with Keith, good morning.
Good morning.
What's up?
And ahoy there, Captain Billy J. Travels has made it
What?
in. Good morning.
Welcome.
Yep.
Who let that guy in here?
The captain is here. And
Oh.
look, the other captain is here too. Tammy, good morning.
Good morning, Tammy.
There we go. And
Good
Billy
morning.
J. Captain Billy J has left you a comment here. It says, Cheryl needs a personal neck fan. You know, she has one.
I do.
There are 2 neck fans in this house. We could charge both of them. And, you know, whenever one runs out, we could, you know, do it kind of like cell phones. You know, one runs out, you charge the other while using the other. I don't know.
I do.
And it's Cruising with Keith has left a comment here. The only thing that needs to be set on fire is a Barkley jersey.
What is that about?
Oh, yeah, and that's the truth.
What's the deal? I missed something.
I know, me too. I would almost scroll the chat back up, but I think I missed something, definitely.
I guess he got traded to another team that we don't like. So
I don't know. Leonard Family Fun has made it in. First of all, good morning.
Good morning.
And she came in with the National Day of the Day here, and it says, Happy National Working Moms Day, National Baked Scallops Day, National Plant a Flower Day, and National Girl Scout Day.
Oh,
One day closer to the weekend.
Yes, one day closer to the weekend.
I
Yep.
see why.
And Elizabeth has made it in. Good morning.
Why,
Hey,
Eddie?
babe.
Why, Eddie?
He's signing with a team that we don't like too much.
Mm.
But hey, 38 million. Hello.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
do it too.
Yeah.
Journeys with June and Brady have made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
And let's see, he's on the Eagles.
That's
Yep.
very important. Yeah. But I mean, Barkley is not as great as he used to be. So, hey, they Giants will never gonna offer him that much money anyway for a 3-year extension. So, do you blame the guy? No.
Also, Tammy left a comment. It says, I'm suffering through Coldplay right now.
Listen, my wife asked me the other day, do you have any interest in seeing like an acoustic like nighttime concert of Coldplay music? And I was like, it sounds like the perfect environment to go to sleep.
Acoustic Coldplay.
Right.
No, I would want to see one of their sold out big stadium performances that
Exactly.
they're well known for. Not
Yes.
quiet, not intimate, just all live and jumping up and down the whole 9 yards. Controversial Cruising has made it in. Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Buddy,
And Midlife Travels has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
midnight. What am I talking about? See, you guys talking about sleep, and now I'm thinking of midnight.
Oh, okay. Here we go. My 7th graders are trying to play one of their songs on guitars.
Oh,
Yep.
Cool.
That could get a little crazy.
Yep.
Hey, Najuma Brown has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
And I may live too.
Yep. Okay, so we are all caught up in the chat, and we have no visitors in town today. However, this is a good view of our current situation here in Galveston.
it's peaceful.
Oh, nice and clear. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's peaceful.
Look, there's people sitting on the beach.
on the beach.
On the beach.
First thing in the morning.
8:11 in the morning.
Tourist.
What are they doing?
Yeah, these
In
are
hoodies.
tourists.
I know, this is what I love about people
Yeah.
all the time. They do that here in the Northeast beaches too, right? They show up in shorts and a hoodie. I'm thinking, which one is it?
Right.
Yep. And let's see. Today in Galveston, we are waking up to 62 degrees Fahrenheit with 94% humidity and mostly cloudy. This afternoon, if you are coming down this way for spring break, it's going to be a high of 71 degrees today with 78% humidity and still partly cloudy with only 11-mile-an-hour winds today. Ooh. That
Scott
could
could
be
put out his
good.
boxes.
Yep.
Yeah, I think our winds are gone as well. I don't think I don't know exactly what our winds are supposed to be today. Looks like 9 miles per hour.
Oh, that's nothing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of gone stuff, here's all of our ships. They are all gone today. And the Dream is in Freeport, Bahamas. The Jubilee is in Costa Maya, Mexico. The Disney Magic is in Progreso. The Norwegian Prima is in Roatan, Honduras. And at sea, we got the Carnival Breeze, the Regal Princess, and the Harmony of the Seas. We got the Voyager of the Seas also in Cozumel today as well. Cozumel is going to be a little busy. Just a little bit. Not too bad.
By the way, I just wanted to jump in here real quick and just mention this to everybody. So this is a prototype of a mug that I'm working on for the show, and we are going to be doing some giveaways in the future for the finished product mug. But right now, this is just a prototype. It's actually going to be a bigger mug, bigger logo. We don't have any details about the giveaway of the mug. We're also going to be giving away some other merchandise as well. Some other stuff that I'm going to be making with some equipment that I purchased. I purchased a laser, a CO2 laser, and a diode laser. We're going to be doing some different swag, and we're going to be having some, contest, not like necessarily like a contest, but we're going to be doing some giveaways and stuff on the stuff. I just wanted to, show everybody that we are working on it, and that just stay tuned, and we'll have more details on those giveaways in the coming weeks.
Yep.
So hit that notification so you'll know when it happens.
Absolutely. And Leonard Family Fun says, ooh, I hope Ben and David news will be a topic today. Told Bobby I couldn't wait to see if there will be a discussion. And, we watched that video.
Yes, we did.
We did. As sad as it was.
Not only did we watch it, we got a message yesterday to watch it. And you sent a message back saying we watched it Sunday. Like I said, we watched a lot of videos this weekend. We just haven't mentioned it. Yesterday,
as soon as it dropped, we watched it.
Yesterday, I was going to ask Scott what he thought about it, because he's always here, there, everywhere on a ship.
And was recently in Yacht Club. So,
yes.
Yeah.
And he experienced some of that in the Yacht Club.
Not so much the Yacht Club, but the casino guy was trying to chase him down. I mean, otherwise, you've been vlogging on MSC ever since you've been on MSC. Okay. Have you ever been hassled by anybody to put your camera down other than the casino guy?
Yes.
See, I told
you.
In fact, when I was on Maravilla and doing the Friday night run through, I think before I had gotten to the casino, I went to either before or after, when I went to the buffet and I walked into which is what they call the marketplace buffet, I think, or something like that, or market. Anyway, when I went in there and I walked up to the pizza, there was a guy standing there, a cruiser, and he saw my camera, like on a stick and stuff, right? And he said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I ignored him because we were in the middle of a live stream. So I just, I did what I was going to do, and I walked out of there. And he actually followed me, and later that night he came up to me and said, "Was I on your camera?" And I was like, "I have no idea." And he was like, "Well, can you show me the footage?" And I said, "No." And he was like, "Well, I better not find out that I was on your video." And I was like, "Or what?"
Mhm.
I was like, "Or what?" I was like, "What are you going to do about it? It's not a public place, but it is kind of a public place, right? There's really no rule about any of that." Now, I try to be as respectful as possible, right? When I'm filming B-roll and stuff around a ship, I try not to film children or, really kind of hang out on children. I try not to film in, say, like the children's pool area. If there's like a pool with a lot of kids in it, I try to be as respectful as I can. And certainly if anybody walked up to me and said, "Please don't put me in your video," or "I noticed that you ran your camera, over here or whatever, and I would prefer not to be in your video." If somebody did that for me, if somebody asked me that in a respectful manner, I would go to the ends of the earth to remove them, whether it be through AI or simply blurring,
Mhm.
or possibly even considering chopping that, second or two that they might have been in and just pull the two clips together. I would do whatever I could to accommodate that request. But the way that guy acted, no, sorry. I mean, like for them to do that, but he was definitely looking to have an issue with it.
Right.
And as far as like another crew member or another official, MSC, staff member or something like that in some other area of the ship, which again, I would only imagine would be, say, like the kids club or something, which I would never do anyway.
Right.
As far as like, say, filming, in a store or, things like that or whatever, I've never had that happen to me. And again, only a handful of times have I had anybody, an actual fellow cruiser, say, "I don't want to be in your video." In fact, I have a lot of people who will actually run up to me and say,
Yes.
"Are you a vlogger? And if so, can I be in your video?"
Right.
I literally have people ask me all the time, "Can I be in your video?"
Because I know that you gave us a live action tour of the yacht club, and I saw butlers, I saw the front desk lady, she
Yeah.
was there. They said nothing to you.
No, and
Nothing.
most of the time they wave. Most
Yeah.
of the time the staff members will wave, or they'll do something. When I was just in BVI, and I was out in the port and I was walking through, there were crew members who were standing there. They were in plain clothes, but they had their name tags on.
Mm-hmm.
They literally ran out in front of my camera and went like this and stuff like that. Now you'll have to wait until the year 3000 to see that, but
Wait a minute. I got that.
okay, they did do that, right? So, that's the kind of reaction that I normally get. Very seldom do I get, the cruising Karens who, get upset about the fact that they might or might not be on my home movie.
Yeah,
They don't know what I'm doing that for necessarily.
And I told Baby, I said this was probably some Karen who had been watching them film, because they got this humongous camera on a humongous gimbal.
Right.
You can see the reflection of David as he pulled that corner. And I'm like, yeah, if you got all that equipment, it looks like you're working for National Geographic at this point. Instead of, the little one here, or, a phone on a stick. But I know that you got your big fuzzy on the top and you actually look like a YouTuber, but if you can't even lift your phone up to take a photo without this dude tripping, then clearly it was some Karen that got it on his nerves.
And I do run into them. And I absolutely do run into them. Like I said, the last one I remember running into was when I was on the Maravilla cruise right after the Prima cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And it was during our Friday night live, right? Where he was actually freaking out because I was in the buffet filming.
Right.
I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm sorry about it, dude. You know, like, go hide in your cabin.
Right.
You know what I mean? Come on, it's a cruise. How many times you been on a cruise where everybody's got their phone out, taking a selfie or a video or this or that or whatever, and none of them are vloggers, right?
Every
They're
single
doing
one
it
of
so
them.
that it can just sit
Yeah.
in their camera roll until the end of time.
Or
right?
just a quick Facebook share or something like that. Yeah.
Exactly, right? So, I mean, come on. You cannot, I mean, there has to be a reasonable expectation of privacy in order for a person. So, a person has to be reasonably, you know, it has to be a reasonable expectation. And when you are on a cruise ship, and in this day and age, when everybody has got a mobile computer / camera in their pocket, okay, you have zero reasonable expectation of privacy, especially when you are in a public area of the ship, and you're just going to have to get over it, Karens.
Yep.
That's how I feel it.
They got off in Rome and just got off the ship because they were very upset.
Got to go.
You know, they were very upset. And I was telling Jeremy, I said, we can take pictures, but I don't know about that vlogging.
Oh, yeah, I do. I know about it. My camera's going to be up in my hand and very, you know, clear of what I'm doing. And also, that's why I generally, on my a closer look ship tour videos, if you will, I take them at 3 a.m. when nobody's up. Mm-hmm. So, except for the casino people, those are the only kind of people that are up at that time. And you got a clear ship. You know, you got just clear. Nobody
around. You can see kind of more of the ship because you're not navigating people, right? I was trying to do this quick walkthrough of the Garden Cafe on NCL Getaway, and that was near impossible no matter what, no matter when I went in there, because it was just, you know, people were zigzagging all the time. And for me to be able to do a nice, even flow of B-roll, it was almost impossible. It is likely that that's not going to end up in the vlog.
Right. Good morning, Cruise Nuts has made it in. Hello.
What's up?
And Cruising with Keith says they are looking for gold. LOL. Can't stop walking but love mowing and cruising has made it in. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi.
And yeah, being denied videotaping on the MSC, that's I don't know. That was just
be off the ship.
That was just a Karen who was in Yacht Club, who didn't want to be on camera, but if given the opportunity to get on camera and talk about it, would have. So I don't know. Go figure that one out. Leonard Family Fun says the groundhog got it wrong for Bama. We are bouncing from spring to winter temps. Not surprising. Tomorrow makes 31 years ago, we were blanketed with snow. There were snow tornadoes, a nightmare.
Wow. One other quick thing I will add is when I was actually profiled by the crew member in Yacht Club as to whether or not I belong there, because I guess it's uncommon for, the Yacht Club people to be running around with cameras. Afterwards, I went by to finish my B-roll, and there were 2 guys in a hot tub, and I might have caught a little bit of them in the hot tub, right? That's a little bit of a different situation, and that was really more. I'm not always so conscious of what it is that I'm filming. I'm usually just kind of like, kind of got tunnel vision, and I'm just kind of going through just to get the B-roll, and I look at it later, right? So I was for some reason conscious of it at that time, and after I finished the B-roll, I went back, I walked up the stairs to the hot tub, and I said, "What's up, guys?" I said, "Listen, I was just doing B-roll for my vlog. I noticed that I might have caught a little bit of you off of the side of the shot. If you'd like, I will either remove you or blur you out or just not use the shot." I said, "How do you feel about that?" And they were like, "Oh, we're really sorry that you caught us." And they laughed, right? They had a completely great attitude about it. So they were like, "No, we don't have any problems at all."
Cool.
So you know,
that's the way most people would be.
Well,
what are you going to do?
You
Because
can't.
that's censorship.
You can't do anything. I mean,
so you just got to be aware and not do it.
I don't know. The show.
You're muted, Eddie.
Yeah, you're muted, Eddie. But the show must go on as far as Jeremy and Sheryl Cruise Adventures and Cruising is Fun Anytime is concerned.
Yeah.
You know, as long as it's a public space.
Yep.
Sorry, my camera caught you.
Yep.
Traveling with Tinkerbell says Ben and David just posted an email from MSC with an apology. According to the email, a guest in Yacht Club did not want to be filmed. And she said, but the way they handled the issue was wrong. I
it
agree.
was wrong.
Dead
It all
wrong.
depends how you look at it. So I haven't seen it, so I don't know. I'm not gonna make any comments about it yet until I see
Right.
it to really see what
They were shaking.
Yeah, it's about 35 minutes into the video. Go check it out. It's
They were shaking after that happened.
I would have been shaking too. I'd be like, hey, I do this for a living. It's a
Yeah.
Cruise Life has just made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Dacilo DD Official has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Magnificent Germany with Darian has made it in. Hello.
Good morning.
And Darian says, howdy, everyone. Eddie, I just passed the old Toys R Us in Ocala.
I did that store back in 2000, 24 years ago.
Nice.
Whoa.
A long time ago.
Leonard Family Fun says, I think most content creators are respectful. I don't know many personally, but looking at the videos of those I watch, it seems a few people are in the background or blurred out. Yeah, it also depends on what kind of camera you got with the blurring effect. The natural blurring effect that comes off of the iPhone is wonderful, but I know that they use a pro camera that blurs out everybody but them. I've been watching Ben and David for years.
Yeah, me too.
And they're all of their content.
They use a very similar camera than what I'm using here for my for my lives. That they use a Sony A60 or like an A6000 series, right? It's a relatively older camera, but it's great for vlogging. It's got interchangeable lenses, but it's real small and compact. That's what they use. And, you know, I mean, they're good at what they do, obviously. And, you know, they could do things like that. But again, typically it's not a problem. If I'm asked respectfully, I will definitely do it. If I'm asked disrespectfully and it's a situation that's in a public space, sorry, can't help you out.
And Tammy says that happens to us sometimes at HP. We get the occasional, please don't film me. I just figured they must be in a witness protection program or running from the law.
Right, Tammy. Right.
Yep.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. And let's see.
That is so
Okay.
true.
Yeah, can't stop walking unless you refund my cruise in full. I will film.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. And let's see. Tanisha says they also said they were offered to cruise on that cruise free, but they declined. I can't remember if they say why they declined, but my guess is that they probably would give up some control.
Yeah. Not only that, Ben and they said that they, you know, like a couple of years back or a year back, they said, "Oh, we'll never cruise MSC again."
Mm-hmm.
And then they tried it out this time and had a bad experience.
It was that yacht club, you know, pinky out, don't film me type of thing, whenever not realizing that you got the cruise line themselves having a constant video camera on you at all times.
Mhm.
With some dude in the background who could be watching you.
Well,
At
so
all
from a vlogging standpoint, okay, a lot of vloggers will look for ways to vlog discreetly, right?
Yes,
A lot of
yes.
vloggers will not want to draw a lot of attention to themselves. They will want to vlog discreetly, and there are different ways that you can vlog discreetly. Obviously, when I'm vlogging with a big cell phone and a big, huge, you know, like dead cat on top of it,
Mhm.
it's like that, it's very clear what it is that I'm doing.
Right.
I have been switching from that to a action camera with a wireless mic that magnetically clips to the arc reactor I have here in my chest. So, you know, it's a little less discreet. However, because I am Iron Man. All right.
Yeah,
Listen,
I know.
so,
I am. Oh, man.
So listen, on this last NCL cruise, I did have a guy. I was having this really great conversation with these people from Maine. It's their third NCL cruise. They've only been on NCL and they liked it and everything else. And we were having this great conversation. We were 20 minutes into the conversation before they even said to me, "So do you have a YouTube channel or something like that? Because we noticed the mic on your chest."
Right.
Right. That makes it look a little more conspicuous because I have this, most people don't walk around with a little mic on their chest. So it's a little bit more conspicuous, but again, way less conspicuous than my cell phone with a big, huge mic, fuzzy cat mic,
Sure.
muff wind cover and stuff like that on it and everything. Way less. So, it just depends. And it could look less like I'm doing a YouTube video and maybe more like I'm just shooting my own video. Right.
Right. So, Traveling with the Washingtons. Good morning and
Good
welcome
morning.
in.
Welcome in.
And wait a minute. Controversial Cruising says, I got called an quote unquote Instagram star on the Jubilee cruise. Guy goes, honey, look, it's one of those Instagram stars. He's filming everything. Then proceeded to wave at the camera a bunch of times.
Yeah.
They do that. They'll wave.
Yeah.
People will wave at the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, that's 99% of the 99% of the reaction I get is people wave or they they go like they do something or whatever.
Yeah.
They want to contribute to it. So.
I got one ugly look moving through the Ocean Plaza on Vista, on our only Vista sailing. I left the ugly look in the video if you guys want to go check that out. And it is during the tour.
But this one guy on the Breeze, I think, because that's the only time we had the kids when we were on a 5-day sailing. He came up. He was with his whole family, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And he came up and introduced himself and everything. And he wanted to say something at the end of the video.
Mm-hmm.
He waved and introduced. We showed his whole family and everything. And
Yep.
I don't know. It just depends on the person.
So we are all caught up in the chat. Good discussion. We are all caught up in the chat, which means that it is now time for Jeremy Go. And straight out the gate. Okay. Welcome to Jeremy Goes Bananas, the segment of the show where I attempt to read what happened on this day in history. Today is Taco Tuesday, March 12th. And today, in 1613, André Lenotte, one of the greatest French landscape architects, whose masterpiece is the Garden of Versailles, was born in Paris.
You're
Hello?
waiting for a banana.
Yeah, I was.
I know.
I hear crickets.
I know.
Something happened? Cat got you
Keep
to
moving.
Oh, okay. In 1804, Samuel Chase became the first and so far only U.S. Supreme Court justice to be impeached.
Whoa.
And
I know, right?
come over the beer.
Wow. In 1831, American manufacturer Clement Studebaker, or Clement, depending on your banana pronunciation, founder of Studebaker Automobile Company, was born in Pinetown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, we saw a movie last night, Scott, just to break in.
Yeah, it was based in Pennsylvania.
It was based in Pennsylvania. It was Boa
versus Python.
Python.
So my great aunt and uncle lived on Pinetown Road.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, see?
Well, that'll work. In 1849, the Sikh army surrendered to the British at the end of the Second Sikh War, conceding to the annexation of the Punjab in northwestern India. In 1912, Juliette Gordon Low formed the first troop of American Girl Guides, later Girl Scouts, in Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, and that's what Tanisha said, was talking about. It's Girl Scout Day.
Girl Scout Day. In 1922, American novelist and poet Jack Kerouac, who was a leader of the Beat movement, perhaps best known for On the Road in 1957, was born.
I don't know anything about that.
In 1930, Mahatma Gandhi, leader of the Indian nationalist movement, began the Salt March, a nonviolent protest against British rule that brought him international attention. In 1933, U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt gave his first fireside chat. The radio address became a source of hope and security for Americans during the Great Depression and World War II. In 1940, Finland agreed to Soviet peace terms, including the cessation of Western Karelia and the construction of a Soviet naval base on the Hanko Peninsula to end the Russo-Finnish War. In 1947, American businessman and politician Mitt Romney, a Republican who served as governor of Massachusetts, was born. In 1948, American singer, songwriter, and guitarist James Taylor was born.
It's nice looking.
In 1993, American lawyer and public official Janet Reno was sworn in as U.S. Attorney General, becoming the first woman to hold the office.
That lady got me out of a jail time in Miami long time ago.
She had money for bail?
Yeah, she got me out of bail money, yes.
Oh, nice. In 1999, Poland, Hungary, and the Czech Republic became members of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, shortly before the group's 50th anniversary. In 2003, the World Health Organization issued a worldwide health alert, one of the first in a decade, regarding an illness it later called Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome, SARS, that struck hundreds of people in China, Hong Kong, and Vietnam.
And then there was MERS.
Yep.
Yes.
And then there was COVID.
And that's why they are so comfortable wearing masks.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the worst thing ever for us.
I know, right?
Well, but I think the bigger reason on why, I think that's true, but I think the bigger reason is that societally, they have a deeper, more fundamental respect for their fellow citizen
Yes.
than Americans do.
Correct.
Yes.
And-
Because we put those masks on like, I mean,
We were making masks.
okay. Shh.
My mom gave us a
Sewing machine.
sewing machine, and we were making those things.
Yes.
Yep. In 2009, American hedge fund investment manager Bernie Madoff pled guilty to various crimes related to his operation of a Ponzi scheme that was one of the largest in the world. He was sentenced to 150 years in prison. And finally, in 2015, American architect and designer Michael Graves, who was one of the principal figures of the postmodernist movement, died at the age of 80. And that will do it for Jeremy Goes Bananas.
That was stuff we found, we learned about in history books,
Mm-hmm.
world history in a way.
Yep. And we are still caught up in the chat, so we will move the show right along. Scott, what is going on in the cruise news today?
This.
Oh,
God.
Jesus.
No, I'm just kidding.
Cruise news. You suck.
And
Today
Madoff.
in the news, urban iguanas kiss the sidewalk.
Mm. I'm gonna throw up.
MSC Cruises changes multiple itineraries due to dock damage. Carnival.
Mm.
Guests booked on different sailings of the Seaside EVO class MSC Seascape have received notification that their visit to Jamaica has been adjusted. The cruise ship will be visiting Jamaica on each itinerary, but to a different destination than the originally scheduled. Due to extensive pier damage caused by a recent incident involving another cruise ship at the port of Ocho Rios, Berth 2 will be closed for restoration. Work, the email explains. The damage the email is referring to was caused by the Carnival Magic docked there on February 6. Rough weather that included strong swells and gusty winds caused pressure on the pier, and a partial collapse, forcing Carnival Magic to temporarily depart. The damaged dock space has been closed since, while repairs are underway. On days when Ocho Rios is fully booked, this means that not all scheduled ships may be accommodated. Fortunately, MSC Cruises is making alternative arrangements for several MSC Seascape itineraries. Falmouth, a replacement, this is replacing that port on the same day as the originally scheduled stopover. Means that the rest of the ship itinerary is not impacted by changes to the guests' overall plans are minimal. And though some shore excursions may be affected, the exact changes, such as time in port, may also vary on different itineraries, and guests will be provided with additional details as necessary. The MSC Seascape is home ported year-round in Miami. Falmouth and Ocho Rios offer many of the same itineraries, including stunning, beautiful natural beauty, beach breaks, sports, water sports, local shopping, historic tours, and more. While the two ports are roughly 45 miles apart, Falmouth is further west on the island's northern coast. Similar shore tours can be operated from both destinations. This includes trips to stunning Dunn's River Falls, river rafting, cave excursions, and other exciting tours. So I have been to Jamaica only once, and it was on a Royal Caribbean ship, and we did dock in Falmouth, and it is a little bit remote, but it's much closer to Montego Bay, where you can see way more of, say, like Jamaica life than you can all the way out in Ocho Rios, which is on the far eastern side of the island. Both places equally beautiful. I would just remind everybody, if you're going to Jamaica, take a tour. Do not venture out on your own. It's the only cruise port where I would include that caution and recommendation. So moving on, Carnival Cruise Lines clarifies policy after misunderstanding. I don't know if it was such a misunderstanding other than it's the normal cruise complaining. Carnival Cruise Lines recently notified guests sailing on board the Mardi Gras of a greater enforcement of the cruise line's mobility scooter policies. Email has been sent to guests booked in accessible cabins to alert them to the policies. Most importantly, that scooter must be the correct size to safely fit in the stateroom, and no scooter may be stored in the corridors or public areas. Part of the policy is that scooters will be measured at the cruise terminal check-ins, and if they cannot be accommodated, guests will be denied boarding. And alternatively, impacted guests could set sail without the scooter if possible, rebook on a different sailing with an accessible stateroom, or rent an appropriate sized scooter at the terminal. Startled reactions from guests have created a backlash with misunderstandings and miscommunications, with rumors swirling that Carnival Cruise Lines will no longer permit guests to bring scooters on board at all, which is completely false. This led to John Heald, Carnival Cruise Lines' popular brand ambassador, to offer greater clarification. He says here, number one, we just don't want people to leave their mobility scooters outside of the cabin. You cannot do that. It blocks other people in case of evacuation. He also noted how difficult it is for cabin attendants to move their cleaning carts down the corridors if scooters are parked in the way. Similarly, other scooter users could have difficulty moving down the corridors to reach their staterooms around the parked devices. There are two rumors Heald specifically noted. The first was the idea that guests would only be permitted to bring collapsible or foldable scooters on board cruise ships. No, he says, no, you don't. Absolutely not. It just has to fit through the door. It's really simple. Please do not bring a big, massive mobility scooter on board. Please don't park any sized mobility scooter outside of your cabin door. And please, if you have any questions or if you need something, you know that all the crew are going to take care of you. Heald also answered questions about scooters parked only momentarily in the corridors, such as if a guest prefers to visit their own stateroom for a bathroom break or to pick something up. For guests who can walk a few steps, it is often faster and simpler to leave a scooter in the corridor for a few minutes than to maneuver it in and out of the stateroom. Listen, if you have to leave it outside your door for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, of course you can do that. But any longer than that, it needs to go inside the cabin. Guests have also commented that oversized scooters, strollers, and wagons are often parked in the corridors or left in public areas, such as near elevator banks where stateroom corridors open up. Heald said that this will also be subject to the same policy and are not permitted to be left outside guest cabins. We are going to be doing the same thing. We just can't have things left outside the cabin doors. Of course, you can bring the stroller on the ship with the children and everything, but you cannot leave the stroller or the wagon outside the cabin door. In total, Heald received over 4,500 comments about the issue, some of which were very negative and even derogatory. But he continued to address guests' concern with his signature dry British wit and compassion for the needs of all travelers. The final thought was, I don't want to make this a bigger thing than it is. The decision has been made. It's been for some long time coming, and those are the rules. So guests considering booking the Carnival cruise will want to review the cruise line's official policies on personal mobility devices, which covers both wheelchairs, scooters, wagons, and strollers. So there you have it. Of course, there's people complain.
That's right.
Yeah, that was not good. The scooter thing, because I immediately called my niece, and told my niece, hey, next year on next year when we go
On MSC.
you might not be able to rent that scooter, because Carnival is tripping.
There's a few bloggers that have done this news about the scooters, and I hate the freaking thumbnails that they use with tricky stuff in it, without saying the right thing, and that gets a lot of people confused.
Sure.
I did a blog on it too, and I tried to go as truthful as I could with the story that I read from Cruise Hive. So please, if you do listen to some news, please don't just jump into conclusions. Make sure you do your own research and check for everything yourself. If anything, call the cruise line and speak to somebody there personally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
But I really feel like it's pretty clear, right? You just can't bring a big one.
Right.
They've made it very clear. It has to fit inside your stateroom. So whether or not you have a big scooter or you have a small scooter, right? I don't know how difficult it is to understand a scooter that's collapsible, right? Do you know whether or not your scooter is collapsible? So it should seem pretty clear. I think personally, I just think it's just a classic case of people want to complain. People feel like if I complain, I might be able to get what I want. I might be able to have my own way if I complain.
Yep. Squeaky wheel gets the grease. House of X Entertainment Inc. has made it in. What's up, fellas?
Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party.
I know they getting ready to go party on Leo's birthday cruise next week. I know they're excited about that.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
cruising on the high seas and
And
travel
travel.
has made it in. Good morning. Hello, Lucky. And Tanisha says, my only thing with the scooter is that larger size passengers who require mobility aids will be at risk of not cruising.
Yeah.
I agree that scooters in the hall place others at risk for injury. Bigger door.
Yeah, we definitely touched on that point the other day when we brought the story the first time. We definitely mentioned.
Yeah.
I mentioned several times that is a big issue because a lot of people are too big for those little collapsible scooters. Absolutely, but at the same time, you have to weigh the both sides of it, and the risk of blocking the corridor is greater, than the risk of eliminating or somehow preventing a, subset of that, for lack of a better way of putting it, population of cruisers who cannot, use a small scooter.
Mm-hmm. Together We Travel has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. How's that microphone? Is it doing better? No? Okay.
It's humming and buzzing.
Okay. I'm sitting at 3.
I hear
I
it.
don't hear anything right now.
It's not that. It's
Let me see
something up
what's
here.
going down over
Sounds
here.
like a fan or a.
Yeah, it's something
It's-
up
it's-
Well,
here.
and right at the end of the news, you guys came through like super loud busting,
Right.
Yeah.
right? So that's why I said check your mic level, because that just it
Yeah,
seemed like your mic gain was too high.
Yeah.
You
Maybe.
hear it?
Okay. Also, your friend and mine, Rob with Cruise Brothers, has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's up?
Also, I've been hollering at it too. So they leave on Friday. Hey, 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 hey. Yahoo.
It's up there. It's
Bada boom, boom, boom.
Yep. All right. Okay. So speaking of leaving, in 230 days, we are working on this cruise, guys. And let me tell you, it's going to take Eddie to explain what's going on with this cruise, but I know we're getting super excited about it.
You got that right.
I found
October 28, 2024. Living on the Carnival Paradise on a 6-day cruise from Tampa all the way down to Key West, Montego Bay, and Grand Cayman on a 6-day cruise. Let's go. It's a bunch of us going, all of us. We're going to be there. Let's go. You want to come along? Get in touch with Bruce at Ocean Touch and Travel. Get your cabin, get your deposit down, pay it off by July, and we'll be ready to go. Me and I will be there Saturday, October 26th, to welcome everybody that's gone in for the cruise. There's a list on our Facebook group with the shirt design. There's hotel list with prices. And there's many other amenities that you could do. If you're part of the crew, you'll be getting some amenities from Carnival. Also, it's a Halloween cruise. We'll, of course, bring your costume so we can celebrate. And we're going to celebrate Scott's, Jeremy, and Mike from Cruise Nuts. We're going to be celebrating their birthdays during the cruise also. So come along, be part of it. Get in touch with Bruce at Ocean Touch and Travel and get your cabin today. Check out this video.
Who's Cruise 2024. Hosted by Eddie Lugo Studios, out of Tampa, Florida. Port of calls, Key West, Florida. Grand Cayman Island. Montego Bay, Jamaica. Aboard the Carnival Paradise. Come Join us for this great cruise, October 28th to November 3rd, 2024. Contact cruise@ocean2oceantravel.com.
Oh, snap. Okay, wait a minute. Cruising on the High Season Travel says 179 days or less. I like that cruise countdown. And Jeremy Farino has made it in. Hello, welcome in.
Good morning.
What's up?
Welcome to the morning shenanigans. I know you're
Oh my
used to.
gosh, Jeremy's awake.
I know.
Jeremy is not a morning person, right?
Oh,
like whenever I have to talk to him from as a travel agent, right? I always have to make sure it's afternoon before I call him.
Okay.
Well, he's
The time when I call him, he's making lunch.
he's a 3 a.m. guy, from my understanding.
He's definitely a
Ship to Shore Cruise News has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning. He had some good news
Morning.
this weekend. We
Mhm.
watched his cruise news
Yep.
this weekend.
Good presentation.
Yes.
And speaking of presentations and shows, who do we have that is coming on after us on YouTube?
So we have coming up at 11 o'clock, like always, at Moon in the War with Darion. At noon will be Miracles and Mayhem with Masha. Roy and Becky's Travels at 1 p.m. Eastern. Also at 11 a.m. Will be Chili's Falls with his cruise news. Also at 7 p.m. tonight will be Traveling with Tinkerbell, 7 p.m. tonight. And 9 p.m. will be Ocean to Ocean Travel. And closing the night will be Nautical Nurse Nancy at 10 p.m. Eastern.
That'll work. And let's see. Cruising on the High Season Travel says I'll be going live from Jake It Easy's ship in 179 days or less.
Jake and Easy.
You know what? That is so.
Jake, the cruise director.
Some of those, you know, I'm just saying some of those Carnival CD taglines are just so cheesy
Mm-hmm.
to the point where they actually irritate me a little bit, you know. And I don't remember what ship I was on when he was the CD, but he always pauses for a moment. It's like quiet. You think he's done with the announcement, and then he said, "Take it easy."
Jake It Easy.
Yeah. He did that on the drawing.
Okay.
Jeremy has a couple of cruise countdowns here. It says 58 days to my next cruise and the next 4 days after that one.
Yeah, so listen, so Jeremy is going on this really exciting cruise on a clipper ship. Okay, the 3 sailed clipper ships, right?
Yeah.
So he's going on Star Clippers in Europe.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
has built this big itinerary of other sailings around this clipper ship sailing. I'm so jealous. Like, you know, sometimes that's the unfortunate side of planning it. You're like, you plan these great vacations for your clients and you wish you were on them.
Yeah.
too.
It's like, hey, I want to go on that one.
Okay, Jeremy, let
No.
me tell you. I'm here in Galveston, and Scott can kind of tell you what you have to do to get here. I'm already packed. All you got to do, and I'm a very quiet person. All I do is stay in the cabin and watch TV
And get room service.
and get room service.
Yeah.
So that's my dream vacation. So I'm ready.
Oh, the queen.
Speaking of cruise vacations, Jennifer says 12 days and we are getting excited. I know that's right.
What ship, Jennifer? Because I can't remember. I'm sorry. It's the brain.
Wait, Tinkerbell, I don't understand this one. Did you guys hear that the cruise will be moving into a cruise? I don't know what this means.
We
Right.
don't speak that language here.
Right. Jeremy says May 7th to June 1st total. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm packed. I get free. No, not on that cruise, but maybe I can wash my own clothes. I don't know.
Ship to Shore Cruise News says 110 days till the Noordam Whitaker to Vancouver, and 146 days till the Paradise and the Western Caribbean. Hey, that'll work.
Oh, wow.
We're going on the Paradise.
We're going on the Paradise too. We're all going on the Paradise.
And Jennifer says NCL Encore out of Miami.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All righty, folks. Well, I would like to thank everybody who has come into the show today. We definitely appreciated having you guys on board with us. And until tomorrow, we ask that everybody take care of each other out there. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't done so already.
And let me know if you want me to go on a cruise with you.
Never, ever forget, we love you and good morning.
Goodbye.